Okay, where are you going to go with this serve? Backhand is going to go long. So deuce. Another match point comes and goes. First serve is missed, which Eala's not particularly happy with in terms of the line call. Of course, we don't have electronic line calling at this level. It's called out. Second serve. Forehand return from Sakatsumi. Slice from Eala. Oh, and she gets lucky there with a net cord. These nets seem to be a little bit looser than the ones in Melbourne, where the tape is really stiff and it hits that net cord and it comes back down on your side, let's say. Here the net doesn't seem to be quite so tight and therefore it's a little bit looser. And there's been quite a few net cords in this match. I think two heavily ones going in favour of Alex and one for Sakatsumi. I just wonder if they could or should maybe tighten that net a little bit. Okay, first serve is into the net. Second serve for Sakatsumi to look at. It's match point number 3 for Alex Eala. Can she take it? Where are you going to go with this serve? Backhand return. Into the net. And Alex Eala, to the delight of the crowd, who come rushing down to the hoardings, waiting for a potential autograph. Embrace at the net. Shake the umpire's hand. But Alex Eala is into the quarterfinal of the Philippine Women's Open. She wins over Sakatsumi 6-4, 6-love. We're going to have a look at the match stats as well. And we'll talk you through exactly how Alex Eala sealed her spot in the quarterfinals. The final, by the way, is going to be taking place on Saturday. I know many of you will be familiar with Sunday finals. That is generally the case throughout the year, but occasionally we have matches that finish on a Saturday. So Eala seals her spot in the quarterfinals of the Philippine Women's Open. We will be hearing from Alex as well, hopefully in a moment, as Deanne speaks to her on the court. That's the stats with you, though, that we can share with you from the encounter today. Of course, the most important stat of all is that Alex Eala has sealed her spot in the quarterfinals, where she'll be playing Camila Osorio tomorrow. So that is an interesting matchup. It'll probably be the last match on. I don't know if we can hear Alex right now. Very happy to be through, she says. She had all those break points that she needed to save in that first set, 6 of them. 2 of them as she tried to get over the line in the first set, but there was also 4 on her own serve in the previous game as well. She had to save 2 more break points as well when trying to serve it out. Okay, let's have a look at those stats that I said we would talk about. 6-4, 6-love, yeah. 3 aces for Sakatsumi, 1 from Alex Eala. 2 double faults from Alex. That'll be slightly disappointing across the 16 games that we had. Of course, that'll be 8 on her serve. 61% of her first serves in. She'll be keen to get that up a little bit, probably a little bit closer to the 70 mark if she's really going to go far in this tournament, as in win it. Potential final with Donna Vekic, of course, would await. Donna winning today, but Tatiana Maria, the number 1 seed, is out, albeit that Tatiana, in these conditions, probably not ideal for her. I think she certainly prefers the more natural surfaces. First serve for Sakatsumi, by the way, a very admirable 70%. But look at second serve points won for the Japanese, just 30% on her own serve. That is not going to win you very many tennis matches. Alex Eala, by the way, winning 61% of her second serves. I think that's good, and she did do some nice spot serving, but Sakatsumi would be very, very disappointed with her return game today when she didn't take advantage of some of those second serves. Remember, Alex's landing is going to be 39% of Alex's serves are second serves today. Total points won, 67 for Alex Eala, 46 for Sakatsumi. But the break points won, arguably the most important statistic of all in terms of leading towards the result. Sakatsumi had 9 break points, but was only able to take 1 of them. That break, by the way, came quite near the beginning of the match. Alex Eala goes up an early break, Sakatsumi breaks back. She then gets 6 break points that come and go on the Alex Eala serve across 2 service games. She can't take any of them to get that break back. Eala, at the end of the second set, has a medical timeout, which, did affect her for sure. And ultimately, though, she was okay with that. She then got her leg heavily strapped. We saw that. But ultimately, it didn't disrupt her too much, and she won the second set 6-love. So Eala is in the quarterfinals where she's going to be playing Camila Osorio, and we'll be talking about that match in a moment. But Alex Eala won the last 9 games to defeat Jimeno Sakatsumi in straight sets. And now she's going to face that Colombian Osorio that I highlighted. Okay, where are you going to go with this serve? Backhand is going to go long. So deuce. Another match point comes and goes.
Ready. Play.
Alex Eala coming up against Camila Osorio in the quarterfinals at the Philippine Women's Open. How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new, and click the join button and become a member so you can get exclusive footage, including bonus material featuring Alex Eala. Well, what can we tell you about this Osorio-Eala matchup? Well, Eala has made the quarterfinals without dropping a set. In fact, she's also had some very comfortable wins. One today, of course, over Sakatsumi, 6-4, 6-love, although she had a few hairy moments in the first set, and she got some attention to a thigh injury. In the first round, Eala beat Chadaeva 6-1, 6-2. That win over Sakatsumi, by the way, does at least avenge a 2023 loss that Eala had to Sakatsumi in Japan. So that is how Eala made the quarterfinals. As for Osorio, she got here as a result of a straight sets win over the Japanese Hosogi 6-4, 6-3 in the first round, but a much more difficult encounter for the Colombian in the second round, where she had to come through in 3 sets over another Japanese, Hontama, in the round of 16 to set up this quarterfinal, which will take place on Thursday as the last match on in the night session in Manila for this Philippines Open, an inaugural event, WTA 125. Let's start with the Colombian, shall we, in terms of her playing style. She's already well established on the WTA Tour and known for her consistency from the baseline, excellent court coverage, and strong defensive skills. Her best surface, though, is clay. And we know that Alex's best surface is hard courts. She doesn't necessarily overpower opponents, Camila, but she's very good at extending rallies and forcing errors and staying strong mentally from the baseline and solid in long matches. Another big strength for Osorio is her experience. She's played countless tour-level matches, handled pressure situations, and knows how to manage momentum swings, especially against younger or less experienced players, i.e. Eala. However, Osorio can sometimes struggle against opponents who can dictate play early, a strength of Eala's, particularly if she's pushed deep behind the baseline. Now, let's talk about Eala. One thing I think we need to highlight is her physical condition. We saw in the first match she had a medical timeout for a lower leg injury. In the second match today against Sakatsume, she had a medical timeout for an upper leg injury. And I do think it's been apparent in the first two matches, her movement doesn't seem to be quite its electric best that we saw in the early part of the year in the tournaments in New Zealand and in Australia. Nevertheless, Eala is one of the most exciting young prospects in tennis right now. She is currently ranked at a career high of number 49 in the world. She plays an aggressive modern style of tennis, especially off both wings. That serve, though, can be attacked, and today's 61% first serves in, she'll be keen to get that closer to the 70% mark when she comes up against the experienced Osorio in the quarterfinals. What really stands out about Eala is her confidence and shot-making ability, both on the turn, taking the ball early, and on the rise. Even against higher-ranked players, she's willing to go for her shots and play her natural game if she can get in the rally after her serve. When she's on, she can take control of rallies really quickly, which may unsettle Osorio. That said, the biggest question mark is obviously the serve, also her health and how she handles the pressure the nearer and deeper we go into this tournament. Against a steady player like Osorio, unforced errors and shot selection could be a key factor. So, let's talk about the key factors. This likely will come down to three main things. Rally length. Perhaps Osorio can grind Eala down with longer rallies. Error count, of course, unforced errors. Eala will want to keep these low so she can remain a dangerous opponent. Mental composure. Will Osorio have the edge here, both because of her experience, but also the pressure which is piling on Eala with every match win? If Osorio can absorb Eala's pace and extend points, she may well wear her down, particularly given Eala's physical condition. But if Eala starts fast and controls the tempo, this could turn into a very competitive match. Well, what is my prediction for this encounter? For me, it's all about Alex Eala's physical condition. If she is fit and she can maintain some level of movement, I do think she has been a little bit compromised in her first two matches. But if she's okay and she can keep up at least this level, I think on a hard court such as in Manila, I think she can trouble Osorio. And in fact, I am predicting an Alex Eala win, but she might have to do it the hard way and in 3 sets. So I am putting an asterisk beside this prediction in that if she gets tested physically, and of course 3 sets would suggest that, plus Osorio's game style, given the fact that she's a bit of a grinder and she can push players to the absolute limit, I think it's all about the condition of Eala. But let's assume, because we don't know about these variables, that she is okay physically and she can last a 2 hours, maybe even a 3-hour match. I'm going to go for Alex in 3 sets. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And also make sure to give us a follow on Instagram, TikTok, and on X to keep up to date with not just all things Alex Eala, but all things tennis, as both the Philippine and Australian Open reach a crescendo. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
Ready? Play.
Earlier, we were able to be part of Camila Osorio's post-game interview, and she spoke highly about you. She respected you as an athlete, and she also, one of the things that she said was she's excited to compete with you. And now, coming to the next game, she will have her wish, and one of the last things that she told us was she's ready to compete with you. So what can you say or your thoughts about a player who respects you, number one, and also is ready to compete with you?
I think the next match is definitely going to be difficult. I think she's a very experienced and very, very good player, very skilled player. And off the court, she's just such a sweet person. So, I think it's going to be a battle like every match. And yeah, excited also. Yeah.
Alex, you're more aggressive with your gameplay. What were your adjustments today? Kasi kanina we saw that your forehand are heavier and then your backhands are better, and then kanina your defensive coverage is really good talaga. What were your adjustments today with your match?
I think that I was able to get my groove the longer I was on court. And yeah, I thankfully ended the match, I think, playing better than I started. So those are some good takeaways. But yeah, I just tried to take it point by point. There were so many difficult moments la sa first set. But happy with how I pulled through and managed those tough situations. Yeah.
Alex, sobrang different nung naging scoreline ng first and second set. Would you say it was more of a physical adjustment for you or maybe a mental game? You thought that right first set, kaya it happened to win sa second set.
Well, I think winning the first set always helps, but you really never know with tennis. It's not a given that if you win the first, you'll win the second. Or I think there were certain things that I did better in the second. I think maybe some less errors, certain moments where I was able to capitalize on the lead. Yeah, but I don't think there was anything like specific about mental or physical that really changed. I think I just played a bit better. Yeah.
Hi, Alex. Eddie McGee from Tennis Asia. Just in the match, obviously the first set you had the exchange of breaks, and then it was a difficult eighth game. I think you had faced a lot of break points, and you seemed to be able to sort of hold your ground and stay aggressive behind serve when you can. And obviously, how did you get through those tight moments? And then also at the end of the match as well, you had you break points down right in the last game. So how did you pull through?
I think
Hello, hello, hello. Can you see me, ladies and gentlemen? Can you hear me as we talk about this particular encounter between Camila Osorio and Alex Eala? Eala is serving first and a 15 love to the Filipina. $30 love now here on the Eala serve. What do we think, people? Get in the live chat, by the way. Let me know. Who are you supporting? Who do you think will win? Let me know in the live chat. Also get voting in our poll. Cool. All right. Eala holds for one love. One love. One life. You gotta do what you can. Okay. Early on today, we saw straight sets wins for Arina Sabalenka and, of course, Elena Rybakina to set up an intriguing women's final at the Australian Open. Remember to hit that like button, and if you're new to the channel, please do hit subscribe. So, change of ends. One love to Eala as we see the respective players put their towels down, gloves off. Osorio to serve. Good start for Eala to hold there as comfortably as she did. Eala is the number 2 seed. Of course, she is the highest ranked seed left in the tournament. Okay, forehand, backhand return from Eala. And the backhand misses from Osorio, so it's love 15. Osorio serving here. Forehand return from Eala. It's going to land in. Eala defending pretty well, but she can't defend this one, surely. Yes, she can. Can she defend this one? No, she can't. 15 all. That's the dog. What are you up to? Yuki? Come here. Come here, Yuki. Come here, Yuki. Come here. Come here, Yuki. Come here. Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to come on YouTube or you want to chill out here? You can chill out here. Oh, come here. Come here, Yuki. All right. She's chilling on the floor for now. Chilling at the moment is Osorio. She's up 30-15 on her serve. Indeed, she won the first game, did Eala, so it's 1 game to love. $30-15 becomes $40-15 after Eala nets. So 2 game points here for Camila Osorio. Where are you? Hello. Okay, she's gone back for a lie down by the door. She loves it by the door. Okay, backhand return from Eala is pretty good. But we're into the rally right now. Osorio defending well. But she can't defend that. Oh, no, she doesn't need to because it went out. 1 game all. Okay. 1-1 here. Eala to serve. Both players pretty comfortable on serve thus far in the early stages of this match. 6 minutes on the clock. Thank you, ACDJR1, who's keeping us up to date with the game scoreline. I've got it shared on the screen. And also, of course, I'll be keeping you up to date vocally too. Okay, 1-1. Eala serving. First serve goes into the net. Backhand return from Osorio is pretty good. Now we're on the drive volley from the Colombian. But we're back into the rally now. Backhand cross court. Drop shot from Osorio is not bad, but Eala's there to it. Now Eala's got a drive volley on the backhand side. Osorio defending really well here, by the way, and ultimately wins the point, and she clenches her fist. Love 15, ladies and gentlemen. As we get closer and closer to 22,000 subscribers, just 19 away right now. Okay. Misses the first serve. Second serve here at love 15. Good return there from Osorio. Lovely return. Love 30. As we see the Eala leg heavily strapped up. And of course, Eala's serve is attackable. And it's going to be a second serve here now for Osorio to look at. So not an ideal start to this match from Eala. Under a little bit of pressure here on her serve. Forehand return from Osorio is not bad. We're into the rally right now. Oh, wonderful attacking shot there from Osorio. 3 break points now for the Colombian. Do let me know your thoughts in the live chat. Love 40. Pressure points now for Eala. Desperate for a first serve. Gets the first serve. Is she going to get a +1 winner here? She should do. And she does. 15-40. But ultimately, Osorio gets the break for 2-1. Change of ends. Not a great start for Alex Eala. We'll be back after a short break.
Ready? Play.
How has life changed since that Miami run for you? Or has it not changed at all?
A lot has changed technically, but I don't really feel. At the same time, not much has changed. It's hard to explain. I've had the same work ethic since I was young, so nothing in terms of how I go about my day has really changed. Of course, there's a big difference between last month and this month in terms of my results, my ranking, but when you focus on the things that I need to focus on, there's nothing much.
Okay.
Much.
Do you feel any more pressure?
I think it's normal to feel some pressure after a big run like this. But tennis is a game that has a lot of pressure in whichever moment that you're in your life, and I think that I've done the best I could with my mentality and talking with my team about how I can handle it, and hopefully that shows on court.
The win over Iga, is that the best moment of your career so far, would you say?
Of course. I think all of those,
all the wins that week, and even the match against Jessica was each such important moments in my life. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis. Okay, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, and we're back with a bang because Eala has garnered 3 break points on the Osorio serve. Love 40 now. Great news for Eala and her fans. Love 40 here. 3 break points for Alex Eala on the Osorio serve. And she's got the break back immediately, has Alex. 2-all. Hats off to Eala. 2 games all. Hey, husband survivor. How you doing? Make sure you hit the like button, by the way, people. Okay, Eala serving here at 2-all. They both held serve pretty comfortably, and they've both broken serve pretty comfortably. So it's 2-all, equal. Eala comes into the net, but actually she's going to have to backtrack here because that is a decent sort of lofted ball. Now it's a drop shot from Eala. Camila Osorio runs it down and hits a forehand winner. Love 15. Okay, love 15. Are we going to get a 3rd break of serve in a row? Okay, 15:30 here on the Eala serve. Are we going to get another break of serve? Drop shot from Osorio, and Osorio puts that away for 15:40. So 2 more break points. I say more, and it's a chance for Osorio to get up another break of serve once again, or get up a break of serve once again. First serve lands in from Eala, but it wasn't exactly a powerful one. Forehand into the backhand of Camila Osorio. Backhand cross-court from Eala is really good, but she's still got more work to do. She goes in behind Osorio. That was clever. 30-40. Okay, 30-40. Eala to serve. Where are you going with this serve? Down the tee. Forehand return is into the net. That's a bit lucky, that one, because Osorio will be very disappointed with her return there. Deuce. Okay, Eala here on the forehand into the rally. And Osorio goes long, so it's a game point now for Eala. She's saved 2 break points. Can she hold serve here? Eala serves. Double fault, deuce. Whew. Tense moments here. Remember, we had wins for Elena Rybakina and Arina Sabalenka at the Australian Open earlier, so they are into the final in Melbourne, where they will face off against each other once again following the 2023 final they had against each other. We're here at Deuce. Eala Osorio. Another double fault from Eala. Break point for Camila Osorio. She had 15-40 in this service game, did Osorio, and so she had 2 break points, but then Eala won 3 points in a row to then get her on the verge of winning this game. However, we're back to the break point scenario for Camila Osorio. Forehand return from the Colombian. Ooh, net cord there, benefiting Eala, but we're still in the rally. A nice slice from Osorio. Now on the left-hand forehand into the slice again for... and that slice, though, from Osorio goes long. Deuce. Could well be a tough, long match. You might be right. Deuce, 2-all. Game point, Alex Eala. Her advantage. One point away from a 3-2 lead. Serve up and down. Forehand return from Osorio into the forehand of Eala. Forehand cross court now from Camila Osorio. Backhand Eala into the backhand of Osorio. And Osorio goes long. 3-2. Much to the relief of Alex Eala and the home crowd. She leads. We're still on serve. But Eala saved 3 break points in that particular game to hold serve. We'll be back after a short break.
Ready? Play.
any up-and-coming players we should be looking out for in Asia? Certainly, Eala is one that's obviously, she's got a lot of attention with her runs this year. I mean, what is Ayala's ceiling? I think, she has, top 50 potential, and then perhaps, I think she can be a player that would be seeded, in the slams. So, and perhaps maybe top 20. Who knows? That's maybe her ceiling, I would say. But top 10 is I think, be difficult with, where her serve is. I mean, her serve is obviously a weakness, and it should be better than it is. But of course, that is something that can be worked on. So, perhaps with the right coaching, she can do better, because the rest of her game's pretty good. I mean, she's not got the biggest weapons, but she's quite an aggressive player. She's quite good overall technically, and
Alex Eala has had a good 2025 so far, considering that this is really her first full year on the WTA Tour. She's already achieved a lot of milestones this year. For example, reaching her first WTA final, getting her career high ranking of 56, and also being able to get into the main draws of 2 slams already, Roland Garros and Wimbledon. So I think in terms of the milestones that she is looking for in her young career, she's ticking off a lot of the check boxes for them. In terms of if we're thinking about her ceiling or what it would look like for her to maximize her full potential, I think it's a bit challenging to say, mainly because we don't know yet how the aspects of her game will develop. For example, like her serve, which has been pinpointed as the biggest weakness of her game, for example. So we don't know how well that will develop throughout like the next couple of years. So depending on that, I think that would be the biggest factor. But we already can see the things that she has in her arsenal. Like, she is a really good worker. She has a really great return. She's very aggressive on return, and she competes very well. Like, she is always in there, always in it for the fight, which all of these things I think will help her in the long run. Maybe I can see her vacillating between top 20, top 30, around that. Probably hard courts will still be where she will find the most success. So very interesting to see how well she'll do in this upcoming North American swing, and especially in the last slam of the year, the US Open.
It's quite difficult to tell at such a young age what Alex Eala's ceiling will be, and we do see some inconsistency from her on the tour right now, but we are seeing some improvements, and we saw even the serve was doing a bit better on the grass. I do think that ultimately hard will always be her best surface, and I think she acknowledges that too. She had a lot of difficulties on the clay. I know she took a set off Iga, but that ended up being the highlight of her clay court season by some margin, with early exits in Rome and also the French Open to follow. But anyway, as for her ceiling, top 20, yeah, that's feasible. But we're going to need to see bigger improvements, especially it's the serve. If she had a Sabalenka serve, she'd be top 10, no doubt. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis. Here serving with a game point to make it 3-all. Eala misses on the forehand return, and it is indeed 3 games all. There is, of course, pressure on Alex performing at home, but ultimately she's dealt with it okay so far. But 25 minutes on the clock, and it's 3 games all. Do let me know in the live chat where you are watching this match. I'm in Western Germany near Cologne. Maybe you're in the Philippines. Maybe you're in Spain. Maybe you're in Germany as well. Okay, Eala is serving at 3 games all. Love 15. Osorio wins the first point on the Eala serve. Backhand return. Nope, that must have just clipped the net, did it? Okay, love 15 here. Eala to serve. Can't really afford to drop her serve at this stage as we approach the business end of this set. Nice return there from Osorio, but Eala deals with it. Slice there from Eala, goes over the net. Now it's a slice from Osorio. Left-handed shot down the line. Another slice here from both players. I think if it becomes a slicing game, I think Osorio's got the slightly better slice. But that's a good attacking shot down the line. Well defended by Osorio. Now she's going to defend again, but she can't get it over the net. 15 all. Okay. 15 all it is. Where are you going to go with this serve, Alex? You're going down the tee, but you're going to miss the first serve. So it's a second serve here for Osorio to look at. Into the rally. Forehand from Eala. Drop shot from Osorio is going to be unbelievably good. And Alex can't even get a racket on that. Really good drop shot there from Osorio. Lovely jubbly. 15-30. Okay, where are you going to go with this serve, Alex? Down the tee, but actually into the net. So a second serve here for Osorio to look at. Big moments in this particular game. 30 all. Eala winning the next point. So, nervous moments, especially for the home crowd, who are probably hoping for Eala maybe to race into a lead of some sort. But it is nip and tuck very much so far. $30 all, 3 all. Couldn't be closer. We're into the rally here. Forehand from Osorio. Backhand cross court from Eala. Both players playing with a decent amount of margin at the moment. But actually, in the end, it's a really good backhand up the line with a really good amount of depth from Osorio. And Eala errs. So we're going to have a break point for the Colombian. She's already been up a break on one moment in this match. She got an early break on the Eala serve, but Eala broke back. Now, we have another break point for the Colombian at 3 all, 30-40. Eala to serve. Out wide. Backhand return is good. Backhand from Eala goes into the net. 4-3. Osorio leads with a break. Well, well, well. We will take a quick break and then we'll be back.
Ready. Ready. Play.
Alex Eala. Okay. Of course, her run in Miami in particular has caught the caught the tennis world in many respects by storm, and particularly because she's from a part of the world with a huge population and clearly a huge interest in tennis, albeit not a great pedigree in terms of Filipino players, making it. Her run also in Miami, shocked everyone. With every single win, it was like, oh my goodness me, she's beaten, Madison Keys, but she's not going to beat, of course, Iga Swiatek. And what does she do? She goes and beats Iga Swiatek. I think even before that, she played Ostapenko and beat Ostapenko too, and very, very close match with Pegula and the emotion there. She's now going to be playing in Madrid. Clay is certainly nowhere near her best surface, certainly compared to hard, as she actually told me last week in an interview. What did you make of her run in Miami and her as a player?
Yeah, I thought it was really fascinating. She uses her leftiness really well. When she went on that run, it was really impressive how she handled the big moments on the stadium court. What's interesting about her draw in Madrid is if she beats Tomova, who does she play second round? It would be Swiatek, who has that bye. So I love this in women's tennis right now, where you get like a compelling matchup, maybe a month after the first one, they could play again. But I also like how tennis, the last couple of decades, you get countries that wouldn't even be mentioned as a tennis country. You can hardly even remember a player from the Philippines. And then you all of a sudden get this talent. I like the story, the connection with Rafa Nadal and his academy. She's a lefty. A couple of times when she produced some forehands, I'm like, whew.
Yeah.
I see. It's tough to compare anybody's forehand to Nadal, but she's a great story.
She's a great story. I don't think that she'll probably have quite as many Roland Garroses in her locker as Rafa did come the end of her career, but I'm very much looking forward to seeing how she gets on. I have been made to eat my words many times regarding tennis predictions, but also regarding even Eala in Miami, with just thinking, okay, that was a great win, but I'm feeling the same in Madrid, just because I saw her on the clay last week in the WTA 125, and I just thought, okay, yeah, it's gonna be a few more years, I think, perhaps. But she's a quick learner and she's smart, and we'll see how that pans out. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis. Looks like I'm having my lunch. It's because I am having my lunch. We got Osorio here serving 30-15. She is up a break, of course. 30-15, 4-3 with a break. 34 minutes on the clock. Do remember to hit that like button. And if you are new to the channel, hit subscribe. 40-15 now for Camila Osorio here. She looks to put her foot down in this first set. Okay, forehand here into the backhand of Osorio. Backhand cross court from Eala is going to miss. It's a hold of serve for Camila Osorio. 5-3, the Colombian leads. Not a great game from Eala's perspective. That is for sure. So Eala now serving to stay in this set. 3-5. Gets the first serve in, but it's a really good return from Osorio. But Osorio misses the forehand. Ah, 15 love. Clips the net and goes long. Second serve ace, was that? It was a second serve ace from Alex Eala. Boy, I thought I'd seen everything in this sport. But then I've seen something new. 40 love now for Alex Eala. Forehand return there from Osorio. Forehand from Eala. Forehand Osorio is pretty big. Eala tries to defend. Is that going to land in? It is. Oh, Eala, take a bow. Wow. Well done, Alex, for winning that point from a very bad position. 5-4, change of ends. When we return, Osorio will be serving for the first set.
Ready. Play.
How has life changed since that Miami run for you? Or has it not changed at all?
A lot has changed technically, but I don't really feel, at the same time, not much has changed. It's hard to explain. I've had the same work ethic since I was young, so nothing in terms of how I go about my day has really changed. Of course, there's a big difference between last month and this month in terms of my results, my ranking, but when you focus on the things that I need to focus on, there's nothing much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you feel any more pressure?
I think it's normal to feel some pressure after a big run like this. But tennis is a game that has a lot of pressure in whichever moment that you're in your life. And I think that I've done the best I could with my mentality and talking with my team about how I can handle it, and hopefully that shows on court.
The win over Iga, is that the best moment of your career so far, would you say?
Of course. I think all of those, all the wins that week, and even the match against Jessica was such important moments in my life.
Yeah, sure. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis. Serving for the first set. She makes it 30 love. 2 points away from winning the first set. (30-15) here in Manila. Misses the first serve. Backhand return. Forehand from Osorio. Good depth there from the Colombian. Backhand now from Eala. Eala comes into the net. She gets the volley, but she's not going to be able to reach that one. 40-15. Was coming into the net the right decision? Well, hindsight and all the rest of it. 2 set points for Camila Osorio. Remember, this is a quarterfinal, so it's for a spot in the semis. Osorio here, 40-15. Great return from Eala, but well dealt with by Osorio. Good depth over there from both players, actually. Slice here from Osorio. Eala, but she can't deal with the slice. Osorio wins the first set by 6-4. Bad news for the Filipina crowd, and also bad news, of course, in particular for Alex herself. Let's just see. How is Alex? Is she going to take any medical time out? No, it doesn't look like it, but Remember, the end of the first set in her 2 previous encounters, Eala did need a medical timeout. Regarding the stats from that first set, of course, the most important stat of all is that Osorio won it by 6-4. Eala hit a second serve ace. Who can forget that? 3 double faults from both players. Break points won. Osorio was the better player. She was the one applying the pressure. She had 6 breakpoint opportunities. She took 2 of them. Eala was ruthless with her breakpoint opportunities, taking the one and only breakpoint opportunity that she had. 40 minutes on the clock. Osorio wins the first set, and we will take a short break. She's now going to come up against Alex Eala, and it's going to be another one of those where, you know, every match that Ayala's probably played pretty much in this tournament, she's been a huge underdog in most or all of them. I mean, the volley nets one was her first round opponent and probably was a little under the radar at that point as a wildcard, but she sort of made her mark in the Ostapenko match where she would have been the underdog. It gets, you know, the tasks get bigger and meaner, and then she comes up against Madison Keys where she was a massive underdog, but managed to overcome Madison. Madison spraying a lot of unforced errors in there, and then she had the walkover over Badosa before yesterday's monumental, mammoth, seismic, I think was one word I think maybe Damien used, and he's absolutely right, win over Swiatek. What were your thoughts on Eala's win there in particular?
Yeah, John, this is just, it's been insane in terms of the run, but I think it's kind of the story of the WTA this year in terms of these kind of historic runs we're seeing, obviously Madison Keys, definitely not, a big name to, maybe even compete for a Grand Slam, but she goes on a crazy run in terms of who are the players that she's defeating. Then you see Mira Andreeva, being 17 years old, taking down the top players back-to-back Masters titles. And now, we're in our, I think, 4th Masters so far in the WTA season. And here we have another amazing story of a 19-year-old wild card in Alexandra Ayala taking down, numerous Grand Slam champions, in consecutive matches.
Okay, well, the second set has not started very well for Alex Eala. She is down love 40 on her serve. Very disappointing from her perspective, that's for sure. It was a drop shot again from Camila Osorio. Incredible drop shot as well. So love 40 here. Eala under all sorts of pressure. And Osorio gets the break. It's 6-4, 1 love, but the Colombian leads with a break of serve in this second set. Eala, not for the first time in her fledgling career, has a mountain to climb. Will she be able to climb it? Well, stay tuned to find out. She'll be seeking an early re-break, will Eala, just like she had in the first set when she got broken. So, Osorio, can she consolidate the serve? 44 minutes on the clock. Do stay tuned. Remember to hit that like button and click subscribe if you are new. Change of ends. Eala desperate for a change of fortunes. Osorio to serve at 1 love. Double fault. Love 15. Hello, Ghosty. How are you doing, my little cherub? Great. Yeah, do listen to us live while you watch the match, Jebabs. Jebabs, I do hope that you have hit the subscribe button. And by the way, I do think that we may well have really have hit we may well have hit 22,000. Let's have a look. Yep, we have hit the 22,000 subscriber mark. So that's nice. Osorio wins the next point. Yeah, she is a little cherub she's a little cherub as well, but also she's a pesky cherub, Ghosty, I would argue. And those drop shots in particular have been troublesome for Eala today. Okay, 40-30 now from 15-30 down after Eala nets on that point. It is now a game point for Osorio to consolidate her break advantage at the beginning of this second set. I do wonder if Eala's movement, which I think has been questionable in this tournament, if not specifically today, is affecting her a little bit. She's coming into the net, but it doesn't matter because it's a backhand winner from Alex. So deuce. Do let me know where in the world you are tuning in from. 22K indeed. We are at deuce here with Osorio serving. Neither has looked secure on serve. Osorio broke the Eala serve twice in the first set, and Eala did break the Colombian serve on one occasion. Okay. Second serve here for Eala. That was a chance. She dumps a backhand into the net. We got game point for Osorio. I'm going to just go and quickly get my coffee. Okay, I have to do some adjustments here. Deary me. Okay. What's going on in this match? Sorry, I just had to do some adjustments to the coffee. Oh, it's deuce. Nice one, Osorio. A nice one, Eala. Second serve here at deuce as well. Good question, Ghosty. I will address it in a moment. Just like the machine. We've got a break point for Alex Eala. So I think during the break or when we have an exchange of ends, I will address your question. If you can just bear with me for a moment. I'm guessing because of the time zone, catching the women's semifinals this morning was not possible for you. Mind you, I'm impressed that you're up this early if you are in Pacific time. On Pacific time? I think it's on Pacific time, right? Is that an ace from Osorio? No, second serve. For Eala to look at here. Break point. Down the tee. Backhand return. Forehand from Osorio. Forehand from Eala. Backhand to backhand. Oh, no, backhand to the forehand of Eala right now. Oh, a net cord there. A little bit lucky for Osorio. Nice shot down the line from Eala. Run around forehand for Alex. Now it's on the backhand of Alex. Cross court. Oh, good angle there from both players in a way, but the angle that Osorio brought... Oh, she's missed the forehand as the Colombian. Yes, she has. 1-1. Right, I'm going to go and race after this coffee again. 1 second. The coffee I'm using is not from the new machine yet, Ghosty. I'm still super lazy. I haven't set it all up. I need to just dedicate a good half an hour to it. Tomorrow. All right, Ghosty, tomorrow. Can you give me another 24 hours? It's like in the movies, yeah, when you're knocking at my door like a bouncer, saying, "Give me my $5,000 now." I'm going, "Ghosty, man. Hey, man." You know, I'm like the Big Lebowski. I'm going, "Hey, man, give me another 24 hours, please." And I'm looking behind the sofa to see if I can magically find $5,000. Right. Backhand into the net from Eala. So love 15. But I'm telling you now, when that coffee machine's set up, I'm going to be floating. Love 15 here, Eala. Serves down the tee. It's a pretty good serve, but not a bad return. Eala comes into the net, and that lob from Osorio is going to miss. So 15 all. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. You could just look at it, polish it, and go back inside. 15 all. Serve into the forehand of Osorio. Backhand cross court now from Eala. Backhand down the line from Alex. I think that's a bit of a good idea from her. She comes into the net. Can she put this ball away? No, she can't. But Osorio can't get it back over the net. 30-15 for Eala. Something for her and her home fans to cheer about, especially. I went for Eala in 3 sets, but the performance so far doesn't really fill me with a lot of confidence regarding that prediction. I think when everything's normal, the Eala wins this match. But what do I mean? I mean, maybe not in the Philippines, maybe not in the condition that Eala's in right now. I think their hard court head-to-head, if they both meet each other, say, 10 times in their career, will be favorable for Alex. That's what I'm saying. Clay, different case. I think Osorio wins on clay. I think Alex wins on grass as well. Oh, wonderful backhand winner there from Eala. 40-15. I thought Eala played really well on the grass last year. You know, getting to a 250 final before losing to Maya Joint. And that honestly could have and should have gone either way. Should have gone either way. I think when you say should have, you need to be definitive, right? You can't say should have possibly been. Should have gone either way. Second serve here for Eala to take a 2-1 lead. Feels a while since she led a set. Backhand return from Osorio. Forehand from Eala goes into the net. 40-30. Yeah, the backhand is really good, Ghosty. 40-30. Eala serving here. First serve goes into the net, so a second serve for Osorio to look at. Backhand return. Backhand cross court from Eala. That's going to land in just, yes. Backhand again from Eala, but a nice slice from Osorio. Eala comes into the net. Really difficult volley that doesn't land in. Forced in a way by Osorio with a lovely cross court passing shot. Deuce. Okay, Eala serving here at deuce. Into the net on the first serve. So second serve for Osorio to look at. Oh, drop shot from Osorio from Eala doesn't work. Second serve here. Break point for Osorio. Look at her inside the baseline there. Chance for Osorio to go up a break once again. Backhand return. Forehand from Eala. Just lands over the net, but Osorio is going to put that away. She leads by 2-1. I will come back with you with some answers to your questions in the live chat in a moment. But in the meantime, we will take a short break.
Ready. Play.
And if you're wondering what this little thing is, well, let me tell you now, whether it be tea, coffee, or merely water, it tastes so much better from a talking tennis mug. And you know what? They can be yours if you wish to purchase one from our website. We've also got bags and stickers and hoodies and notebooks. Mira Andreeva. T-shirts as well, of course, coming in both black and white. And we've got a classic jumper for you as well, and many, many other things for you to purchase for excellent prices so you can look like some of the coolest people on the tour. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis. Oakley dokley. Osorio Eala. Osorio here serving at 2-1 with a break. Okay. Love 30 here. Lovely return there from Eala for love 40. Two all. Eala gets the break back. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Love 30, though, here on the Eala serve. Yes, it is 4 breaks in a row, Ghosty. So I was just texting Fergus about some upcoming matches. Okay, Eala here serving 15-30. Second serve for Osorio to look at. Where are you going to go with this serve? You are going into the body. It's a good serve. Is that a cross-court backhand winner from her? Yes, it is. 30 all. Fine margins at the moment in this encounter. Yuki. This is my dog, by the way. I'm talking to Yuki. Yuki, come here. Come here, Yuki. Come here. No. Come here. Let's go. Just a moment. That's okay. Chill. Don't worry. Look, I don't know if you can see Yuki. Just a moment, Yuki. Doo-doo. All right, let's go down on the ground. Let's go outside. Let's take you outside, Yuki. Come here. Come on. There you go. Go and have some fun. All right. So, Eala here serving at deuce. There you go, Ghosty. It was a reluctant appearance, I think. I will say this. She's thinking, don't use me for subscribers and followers and likes and clicks. She's right. Okay, deuce. Forehand down the line from Eala. Backhand now into the backhand of Osorio. Lovely forehand there from Eala. Advantage Alex. Game point. Serve into the net. So a second serve here for Osorio to look at. Double fault from Eala. So we're back to deuce. Yeah, indeed. Okay, deuce. Ghosty, I want your thoughts on Rybakina and Sabalenka's wins earlier, even if you weren't able to watch it, just in terms of the outcome. And a final, of course, that's going to be a repeat of 2023. Oh, I'm guessing you're sort of okay with the Rybakina result. And probably Sabalenka too. Until 5-3 for Rybakina, by the way, it was both matches were quite predictable in the way they panned out, patterns of play, score lines, etc. But then from 5-3 in the second set between Rybakina and Pegula, this is obviously 5-3 to Rybakina, that's when things got crazy in a way, with 3 match points coming and going for Elena. Okay, break point here for Osorio. 3 match points, yeah, for Rybakina came and went. Okay, we're into the rally right now. And Good shot there from Eala. Deuce. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Delivery. It's all right, nothing crazy. Okay, deuce. Eala serving here at deuce. It's all go here at Talking Tennis Towers. Forehand from Eala is too good. Remember that forehand firing big style against Alicia Parks. Into the body, that serve. Eala here, good depth. Eala cross court. Forehand goes long from Osorio, and it's a hold of serve for Alex Eala. Yep, I'm more than a tad disappointed, Ghosty. I'm furious. Furious that they couldn't have orchestrated some 3 and 5 setters. Listen, give us a crazy final between Sabalenka and Rebecca and all will be forgiven. And give us some great semis and finals to remember on the men's side. And again, all will be forgiven and forgotten. Anyway, Eala here leading 3-2 over Osorio. Osorio to serve, therefore, at 2-3. Donovekic winning earlier on in the Philippines. Not even close. Not yet. Audley 3. Yeah, that was a real pity. By the way, we will have watch-alongs for both men's semi-finals later on. And also the men's and women's, of course, singles finals too. Okay, Osorio is serving 15 all, 2-3. That now becomes 30-15. Good serve there from Osorio, but Eala deals with it. Eala on the defense. But that's too good, that forehand from Osorio. 40-15. The battle is not end, indeed, Ghosty. Do hit that like button, people. And don't forget to subscribe if you are new. Okay, 30-15. Becomes 40-15. Has that return gone long from Eala? It has. 3 all. 3-3. $15 Poetry, Ghosty. Poetry. Okay, first serve in there. Return. Forehand from Eala down the line is too good. 30-love. She's hitting the ball a lot cleaner now and a lot more efficiently, is Alex, since going down an early break in this second set. Can she force a third set? Backhand return. No. It's going to miss. So it's a second serve here for Osorio to look at. Backhand return is sensational from Osorio. 30-15. And Eala goes into the net. 40-15. Sorry, 30-all. So, Osorio, is she sensing a break? Maybe Eala is too. Okay, 30-all here. She'll be keen to forget her first serve in. Misplaced toss. Missed first serve. So a second serve here for Osorio to look at. Backhand return into the forehand of Eala. Backhand is too easy, that for Osorio. 30-40. But that lands out, juiced. Second serve here. Second serve here at deuce. Backhand return into the forehand of Eala. Backhand now into the forehand of Eala once again. Eala sprayed that forehand wide. We're going to have a break point here for Camila Osorio. 30-40. Maybe. Unfortunately, tennis is so opaque, we never get to sort of discover these things a lot of the time, I think. Oh, and Ayala's missed the backhand. Camila Osorio is up a set and a break now once again, but this time much closer to the finish line is the Colombian. 6-4, 4-3, she leads. Let's take a quick break as we hear from Alex pre-match.
Play.
Earlier, we were able to be part of Camila Osorio's post-game interview, and she spoke highly about you. She respected you as an athlete, and she also, one of the things that she said was she's excited to compete with you. And now, coming to the next game, she will have her wish, and she's one of the last things that she told us was she's ready to compete with you. So, what can you say or your thoughts about a player who respects you, number one, and also is ready to compete with you?
I think the next match is definitely going to be difficult. I think she's a very experienced and very, very good player, very skilled player. And off the court, she's just such a sweet person. So, I think it's going to be a battle like every match. And yeah, excited also. Yeah.
Alex, you're more aggressive with your gameplay. What were your adjustments today? Kasi kanina we saw that your forehand are heavier and then your backhands are better, and then kanina your defensive coverage is really good talaga. What were your adjustments today with your match?
Okay, well, Eala's going to need to do some adjusting here because she is down a set and a break to Camila Osorio, staring down the barrel of defeat at her home tournament in Manila, the Philippines. Love 15, though, it is on the Camila Osorio serve. So there's a small chink of light here maybe for her to grab onto. Can you grab onto a chink of light? Don't know. Anyway, 15 all, unreturned serve there from Osorio. I think it was a mishit serve, by the way. So a little bit of fortune there for the Colombian. 15 all as she edges closer to the finish line. $30-15 now for the Colombian. Forehand return there from Eala. Nope. Must have been a net cord. So another first serve here for Camila Osorio. Yeah, I think you might be right. I do think that she has been affected to some extent today. But we will see. Okay, 30-15 here. Camila Osorio to serve. Into the rally. Drop. No, still not into the rally. Still not had this serve. This service point alone feels like it's been happening forever. Anyway, second serve here. Eala ready to pounce. Backhand return from Alex is good, but Osorio deals with it. Not that she can't deal with that forehand, though. 30 all. Do let me know in the live chat where you are tuning in from. Where are you watching this from? I'm near Cologne in Western Germany, where it is approaching 3 p.m. In Manila, it must be getting pretty late. I'm going to suggest nearly 11 o'clock in the evening there. Anyway, if Eala's going to win this match, he's probably going to have to go beyond midnight. Do stay tuned, by the way, because, of course, we will have the watch-alongs for the men's semi-finals tomorrow. And we'll also have a preview out for the women's final shortly. So do keep an eye out for that. In the meantime, we're into an excessively interesting point, and it's going to go Eala's way as she puts that volley away at the net. And now it's Camila Osorio who seems to be in a little bit of physical problems, is she? Is she okay? Or she's just spotting something on the court? I don't know if it's an insect or something. Anyway, 30-40. Break point, Alex Eala. She tries to get this match back on serve in this second set. She's down a set to love, of course. Backhand return into the rally. Forehand now to the backhand of Eala. Good depth there from Alex, but really good depth as well from... Oh, my goodness me. Osorio defends. Osorio cannot defend that. It's 4-all. Wow. This is a match that keeps on giving in terms of drama, and we're back on serve, ladies and gentlemen. How many damn breaks indeed. People's Republic of California. Got that San Diego Open coming up next week. I wouldn't be surprised if Vance is going to be there. So 4-all, back on serve. Eala, though, can she hold on to her serve? Well, she's made a good start, 15 love. Into the rally here, but Osorio wins the next point for 15 all. Not looking so good now for Eala on serve at 15-30. She was well up in that rally in a way, but she couldn't put that forehand away. And it's 15-30 now. Osorio to return serve at 15. I think it's quite a while before her birthday, but that was a nice little gift. 30 all. Yeah, I do too, Ghosty, but yeah, I do too. I don't know. I reach out to him, but he's not as responsive as he used to be, unfortunately. But it is what it is. Forehand now from Osorio. She's on top of this rally. Forehand, though, from Eala is going to go long. That was a chance for Alex, I think. She saw a little opening of the door. And there was an opening there, I think. But she went long on that forehand. And it is 30-40 now. So a break point for Camila Osorio. Of course, if she gets the break here, she'll be serving for the match and a place in the Philippines Open's semi-final. Where are you going to go with this serve, Eala? You're going to go into the net and it's going to bounce long. So a second serve here for Camila Osorio to look at. It's a double fault. Osorio gets the break. She leads 5-4 and will serve for the match when they return to the court. All right, let's have a quick look at one or two other things that have been going on at the Philippines Open today. Donna Vekic came through her match earlier on in straight sets, so she is in the semi-finals. Of course, on the opposite side of the draw to Alex Eala. Sierra, the Argentinian, she beat Tara Rudi today in 6-3, 6-4. Prozorova, who of course knocked out the number one seed Tatiana Maria and pulling up quite a few trees in the Philippines that probably they didn't know existed in Manila. She came through in 3 sets over the Belgian Costulas. And now this is the final quarterfinal here between Osorio and Eala. The winner of this match, by the way, will play Sierra in the semi-final. And it looks like it's going to be an all South American affair between Sierra and Osorio. I know Ghosty is a big fan of South American affairs. Backhand return. Forehand here from Eala. Drive volley from Eala does not work at all. It's 15 love. Both execution and how it looked was not great, I'm afraid. 15 love. You want to go outside? Just a moment. I'm just going to have to... You want to go outside? Hey. Here you go. There you go. Okay. 30 love now, Osorio. 2 points away from the win. Alex Eala staring down the barrel of defeat here at 30 love for the Colombian. Return of serve is decent from Eala. She's into the rally here on the forehand. Now it's a backhand from... So it was a forehand, actually, from Osorio that went loose. Another gift there for Alex, 30-15. Osorio here, 2 points away from the win and a place in the semi-finals against Sierra. Where are you going with this serve? You're going to go long. So a second serve here for Alex Eala to look at. Okay. Backhand return from Alex into the forehand of Osorio. Backhand from Eala up the line is good, but it's not going to win the point outright. And now she's in a spot of bother. Is Eala at the net? Oh dear, that was ugly. The drive volley was better than the one before, but it could hardly be any worse. But then Eala at the net was in a really awkward position, to be fair. And it was quite easy, I would say, for Osorio to win that point in the end. Anyway, listen, 2 match points for the Colombian, 40-15. She has been the better player so far. Misses the first serve. So a second serve here on match point for Camila Osorio for a spot in the Philippines Open semi-final. Backhand return from Alex is not bad. Forehand now from Eala into the backhand of Osorio. Forehand from Eala. Osorio just keeping it easy at the moment. Nice forehand there from Eala. But is she going to put this drive volley away? Not outright. Yes, she is in terms of winning the point. Osorio nearly defended it. Eala kept her nerve there, considering she was facing match point down. I always think drive volleys, when you're match point down, oof. Or any pressure point, really. Just remember Djokovic in that Wimbledon final from a few years ago against Alcaraz. Anyway, another match point here for Camila Osorio, the second one. She wasn't able to take it on the first occasion. She was probably a little bit cautious in that previous rally. 40-30. Misses the first serve. Eala has been getting into the Osorio service games today, including a couple of times she's broken her, so maybe more than a couple, actually. Backhand return from Eala is decent, but it's not going to win the point outright. Is she going to make that forehand? Oh, dearie me, Osorio defending with all her life and incredibly so. Now there's a net cord. What a weird point this is turning into be. What a weird point, and it ends. Eala can't deal with that passing shot. Honestly, it was a crazy point to, in a way, a slightly unusual match that ultimately goes the way of the Colombian. But I'm telling you now, if Eala had won that last point and got it back to deuce, who knows where that second set and even the match could have gone. The Alex Eala Philippine Women's Open journey is at an end. She bows out, but it is the Colombian Camila Osorio who plows on and into the semi-finals. Let's have a quick look at the stats, shall we, from this particular affair. Well, of course, the most important stat of all is that it is a 6-4, 6-4 win for the Colombian Osorio. 1 ace apiece. 5 double faults from Eala. That will disappoint her today. 57% first serves in for both players, winning just over 50%, both of them, in terms of the points won. But Eala winning 40% of her second serves, as is often the case. Her serve was very attackable today. And unfortunately, if you're then going to hit double faults as well, you're going to be in a spot of bother. But as you can see, maybe from the breakpoints won, Eala was kind of hanging on to being really ruthless on her breakpoint opportunities, whereas Osorio had 12 breakpoint opportunities on the Eala serve, taking 6 of them. But the margins were still pretty fine at the end of the day. 67 points for Osorio and 60 for Eala. And if Eala could have made that pickup volley, albeit a very difficult pickup volley at the end, who knows how the match might have panned out from there on the match point. In terms of the story of the match, well, they exchanged early breaks at the beginning of the first set before Osorio got a crucial break and ultimately served it out at 5-4. Osorio went up a break on a couple of occasions in the second set, only to be reeled in before we had a pretty dramatic final game of the match in some respects, in that we had Osorio go up 40-15, but the aggressive play from Eala managed to get it back to 40-30. And then we had a weird match point where it looked like Eala was up in the point. Osorio was defending with all her life and defending extremely well. Eala then has a bit of a fortunate net cord that she gets away with, but nevertheless, she's still very much into the point. And then Eala at the net. A good passing cross-court shot from Osorio that Eala just wasn't able to pick up enough. She picked it up, clipped the top of the net, and landed back on her side of the net. There was a warm embrace at the match's conclusion, and it is the Colombian Osorio who progresses into the next round, whilst Eala will have to lick her wounds, and hopefully she can get herself fit, because I do think that at various stages, both today and throughout the tournament, we have seen Eala's movement compromised a little bit. She will not be using that as an excuse. I'm suggesting it today in particular that she wasn't quite at 100% with the 2 leg injuries that she's picked up, and she needed medical timeouts in her previous 2 matches. And ultimately, I think it may well have been the difference between a second and at least a third set today. Eala will be back and is due to be back at, I think it's the Qatar Open WTA event coming up in a couple of weeks. One of the Middle Eastern tournaments anyway. Let's have a quick look at the WTA schedule for 2026. But she might end up having to pull out. We'll see. Yes, it is the Qatar Open in Doha that she is signed up for as a wild card. I think she's going to be getting quite a few wild cards, is Alex Eala. Anisimova, of course, is the reigning champ there at the WTA 1000 event. But yes, on that list alongside Eala is Katerina Alexandrova, Mira Andreeva, the reigning champion, of course, Anisimova, Paula Badosa, and many, many more. Leila Fernandez, Coco Gauff is there too. And as I said, at the moment, a wild card on the list is Alex Eala, but we'll see, looking at her fitness and see how she can be and see if she can be fit in time for that tournament. But anyway, her Colombian Open is at an end. Her Philippine Women's Open is at an end in a 6-4, 6-4 loss to the Colombian. There you go. Camila Osorio. And so we'll be back again soon. You know the drill. Hit the like button and all that other jazz. Also, make sure to check us out on Instagram at Talking Tennis TT. And of course on TikTok as well. And here we have Eddie from Tennis Asia, sharing this image with you on the screen that hopefully you can see. Yeah. Oh, she's playing the Dubai WTA 500. My bad, Skywalker. Thank you for correcting me on that one. I get these Middle Eastern tournaments that come on the back of the Australian Open. Muddled up from time to time. So it's the Dubai 500. I think it's going to be tricky for her to be, 100% for that one. That's the week after the Qatar one. Okay. So that's where she's got the wild card. Gotcha. That's the WTA 500 that Mira Andreeva is the reigning champ for. Yeah, if we have a look at the players list there, I might see her on it. I'm hoping I see her on it. But we will see in time. Okay. Anyway, yes, Eddie's tweet here. Camila Osorio beats the home favorite, Alex Eala 6-4, 6-4 to move into the semi-finals. Eala was struggling greatly on serve, but she did have her moments, but just wasn't able to sustain it. Osorio was solid. I thought the slice, by the way, from Osorio today did trouble a slightly hampered Alex Eala. And of course, now the Colombian will take on Solana Sierra in the second match, the second semi-final tomorrow. And all up for grabs. I think Vekic is going to win the title, but we will see. But for now, thanks for joining, and you know the drill. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.